So I got to talk about mistakes. So the 3 mistakes marketers make with repurposing. Here's the number one. It's the most egregious one, and that is not enough repurposing. The tendency is to create new content. There's something appealing or sexy about new. But the problem with new is people are dealing with the unfamiliar. What's better is if you create something new with something they're familiar with. For example, Marcel Proust, a French thought leader, years ago, over 100 years ago, said, true discovery is not seeking new landscapes, meaning looking for something new. True discovery is seeking the same landscape with new eyes. That's repurposing. So if you don't do enough repurposing, then you're working way too hard. Next, not enough consistency. It's not just about repurposing, it's about becoming predictable. If you become predictable, then people trust you. And how do people trust you is through consistency. Now, I have a bone to pick with people who think trust is good or trust is bad. Trust is not good or bad. Trust is about predictability. So let's continue the analogy with bone. So let's take a dog. Now, if I'm with a dog like Minnie, who doesn't bite, who growls but never bites, in my experience, she's a rescue dog, never has bitten anyone, right? Okay, I trust that Minnie will never bite. If I know a dog, and it could be any breed, that bites all the time, then I trust the dog. I'm not going to put my hand anywhere near the vicinity of that dog's head or mouth. Does that make sense? So a dog bites consistently, predictably, or a dog doesn't bite predictably and consistently. I trust the dog. But if a dog sometimes bites and sometimes doesn't because they have a bias towards certain people, I don't want to be the beneficiary of the bitee. So I don't trust the dog. Do you understand what I'm saying? So trust is not inherently good or bad. It's about predictability and consistency, having your tribe or building a tribe through consistent content that's repurposed, not only having it once a week, which I think is the minimum, not once a month, but once a week. You can do it every day too. But by having it consistently done and then repurposing it consistently magnifies you 5, even 10 times because you're doing one piece of content and having it repurposed 5 or 10 different ways. I recommend you start with 5 times. And then not enough planning. Now, people really don't like the plan, and I understand that. But if you plan, such as creating an editorial calendar for the next month, what am I going to be talking about? What are going to be the deal points? What are my call to actions for each of my Facebook Live shows, whether they're 10 minutes or they're an hour, okay? That planning will make your life simpler, easier, less overwhelming. Let me speak to overwhelm for a moment, because this may be a takeaway for you. Overwhelm is not having too much to do or having too many choices, right? Otherwise, if you went into an old style library, which you may not be old enough to remember, but there's like maybe over 1 million books in that building, or looking at Google, which there are probably billions of websites behind that simple landing page, you would be overwhelmed. You go, oh my gosh, I have too many choices. But that's not overwhelm. To me, overwhelm is not knowing what to do next. So if you're crystal clear on your editorial calendar, you know what to do next at least 4 to 5 weeks in advance, and that's what makes repurposing work.